Hello, I'm Chris. Welcome to my reading corner. This is my weekly wrap up, what I've bought, what I'm reading, what I'm going to read next, what I've been listening to, what I'm going to watch or what I have recently watched, any movies or anything like that. So first off, I'm going to go through what I've picked up recently. I've picked up The Yellow Wallpaper. I've seen it recommended on a couple of channels, like, I'm not sure which channels mentioned it. I know Books Are Sick mentioned it the other day. I didn't want to buy a copy because I'm trying to stop buying books at the minute. My library didn't have it, so I found it on Project Gutenberg. So I've decided to read that probably next month, but there's a reason for reading that next month, which I'll go into when I decide what I'm reading next month fully. I also picked up a comic book. I went to Manchester on Saturday and picked this up. Went to a comic book shop and picked this up. Southern Cross, Volume 2. It was only £2.50, so I couldn't turn it down really. Especially after looking for nearly buying a comic for £1.50 that was just a single issue, so it just seemed daft not to pick it up. I already have Volume 1. I was like made up thinking I've got both volumes now, but there's a third volume to that now, because I was like, I was going to read that next month, but now I want to try and find the third volume and then read it all in one go. I am currently reading Walter Tevis, The Man Who Fell to Earth. It's taken me longer than I thought it would be, given the time, the size of the book. But I've been spending a lot of time studying, and when I sit down, I'm tired and not really concentrate on reading. So I'm hoping to get a couple of chapters done tonight if I don't finish it. I think I'm about 80 pages in, something like that. So it's about 180 pages, so still got a bit to go. But I'm really enjoying it. It's really interesting. He's come from Mars, and he doesn't look human, as you would expect, but he's come over, and he wants to make so much money, so it's about how he's doing that at the minute, which is really good. I don't want to say too much in case I spoil it and people want to read it, or people might have already seen the film or read the book anyway, but I'm enjoying it. I'm also reading Charles Bukowski, The Rooming House Madrigals. I'm reading about 5 poems a day, so I'm just reading a couple of poems a day. I read them aloud because I feel like that's just gets more out of the poetry than just reading it as in my head. So I'm doing that with that. I'm enjoying that. Really enjoying what I'm reading Bukowski. Not as thick as some of the other poetry collections, but not as thin as some. I'm also still reading Warren Ellis, Coming Alone. I think this is brilliant. What he says about comics and stuff, it's just really good. You read it and you think, yeah, you're right there. And the instructions of what music to listen to, what albums, and what, sometimes it's albums, sometimes it's like one was Alan Moore reading. Can't find it now. I was listening to it today as well. Alan Moore reading. Yeah, Alan Moore reading Brought to Light, which is quite political, which was a really good listen, and I've listened to it a couple of times now, but I'm not sure what today's was now. But but I haven't listened to today's. I'm a bit behind on the albums to listen to. Oh, today it was The Secret Life of the Love Song / The Flesh Made Word. 2 lectures by Nick Cave. I do like Nick Cave. Next, what I'm going to read next, I'm going to read a graphic novel next, which is The Hot Rock, which is Donald Westlake. Is John Dortmunder series. I really like. Let's see if I can find a decent, like the gritty artwork in that. I don't know if you can see that. I like the colours, how it's quite subdued. I prefer the kind of like black and white / more subdued colouring than all the brightly coloured. I just think it just looks better. And then I want to read this next, which is Sawbones, which is just a little short novella. But I'm really looking forward to reading this, and if I do like it, then I probably will look for Cold Granite then. I've got the second in the series of that, but I want to read Cold Granite first. And then movies. So I picked this up also when I was in Manchester, Sideways. I watched it last night, really enjoyed it. It was a good film about 2 guys who basically go on a stag week, going drinking lots of wine. I know nothing about wine, but I like wine, but I couldn't tell you like, oh yeah, this is from this region or anything like that, but it was interesting to watch, and it's quite funny, so I enjoyed that. And then films I want to watch coming up, with it being March Mystery Madness, I've got this film noir. It's got Double Indemnity, The Blue Dahlia, The Glass Key, The Gun for Hire, so I'm looking forward to watching those. And then albums wise, I've been listening to a lot of Pixies, Radiohead at the minute. That's been my go-to, as well as a bit of Rage Against the Machine. I don't have physical copies of those with me now, but it's usually while I'm at work, well, I'm listening to YouTube, so that's what I've been doing. Anyway, I'll probably be in another video soon. I'll talk to you then. Thanks very much. Bye.